Welcome everyone to a random Minecraft video I actually had an idea for while trying to fall asleep. I'm kinda wanted to see what is the steepest and the flattest stair you can actually make in Minecraft. So, we're gonna start here with this long line of items. This is how I measured all this stuff. Like I had this wall as a measuring point and then walked up to this side and measured the kind of x-axis you can see moving there. Then if I go to something that's smaller, this is for measuring the width by the way, sorry for not measuring that before, you can see that it goes further on. So I could measure, this is the like normal block, I can take 1.3 minus 0.925 to get the kind of differential width. And to measure the height I just kind of stepped on objects and the minus there, actually, the less minus, the higher the object. That's how it works. Also, you see the cakes are over here, and cakes are here because they only work in one direction. They are not directional objects. It always keeps being eaten from one direction. Yes, to define the flattest and steepest stairway, flattest is you go. Yeah, the flattest is how many blocks forward can you go before you actually reach one full block upwards, and steepest is the other way around. How many blocks upward can you go before you go one block forward? So, this is the flattest stair you can actually make in Minecraft. I'm gonna put on the F3 because you so subtly go upwards the entire thing here until you reach the top. There is only one block upwards. That's it. One. And it's between, depending on how you count it, between 17, 18 or 19 long. If you count the first and the last point, it's 19 blocks. If you only count one of them, for example, if you count this one as 0 in height, then it's 18, and the blocks that actually have a different height is 17 long. Yeah, starting here, these are zeros. One snow layer, the new resin block, and the skulk is just flat. Carpet is the only one that actually is the lowest block, and then, well enough, the lily pad is actually one block higher. Slightly higher than the carpet. Then we start getting into snow layers. Snow layers are pretty common because they're between 2 layers to, well, 7, and then 8 is a full snow block that have different heights. But for 2 snow layers you can also have a comparator, redstone repeater, the plate of a lectern, and the plate of a brewing stand. Then we have a small amethyst cluster, 3 snow layers or a medium amethyst cluster, a large amethyst cluster, then we're up to 4 snow layers, what's called daylight detector is the word here. Then the 3 of the different collections of steeples and all the candles in a pot, all the same height. Then we go into a amethyst cluster. Yeah, these are buds, not clusters, sorry. This is the cluster. All different turtle eggs. The last steeple and a campfire. Prefer to put the fire out on that. Then we're up to 5 snow layers, which is a half one, so it's like slabs, all the skulk ones, cake, and all different mob heads. Even though the dragon is massive, it's still the same height, and a heavy core. I don't see why we would use a heavy core for this, as it's very expensive, but yeah. Then actually on slightly above half is a stonecutter, a bed, lantern, and actually boats are also the same height. All boats, even with the chest. The chest doesn't actually add any height or anything. Then a horizontal chain. We're up to 6 snow layers, and the different end rod, lightning rod. And also this one, previous one, chain, is actually, this is the highest a player can just walk up, which is interesting. Because this I can't walk up, and this I can walk up, and this one. Just for your notice, if you want to know. So you can walk. Yeah, look at the numbers. It would be possible maybe that player could walk up 0.6 in height, but there's nothing that's exactly that height, so it's hard to say. Anyhow, Going on from 6 snow layers to a conduit or a dripstone. Dripstones are special, we're gonna get to that later. Then we're on the last snow layer, which is 7, and an enchantment table. And then this is the difficult one to kind of get. Because the next step is either an end portal frame without a pearl, specifically, or a chorus fruit, like just the stem of it. And this one you can't really get in survival unless you do some fancy stuff. Which is, yeah, so this one is pretty difficult to get. Then we go into the kind of slightly higher blocks, which is the chests, mud, and soul sand. Then also a horizontal, what's it called? Grindstone? Yes, grindstone. Then the lectern and the brewing stand. Then the last, before we actually get the full block, is, well, pat blocks, drip leaf, honey, farmland, and actually cacti as well. And then the rest is just full blocks, which are so many. And I actually checked. This is the highest a horse can walk up. So even if you have this and like a carpet on top, the horse can't actually walk up it. It's too tall. Let me show you her. It can't. As soon as the room left, it can walk over. That's pretty weird. Anyhow, so here is kind of showing what all different blocks can use to build the flattest stair is. Carrying on, the steepest stair. I found that player can actually, you can actually do this with a cake, and the player can actually walk this up and walk up this. But the problem is that just pretty much at this point, you might as well just do this. You don't really get any more height. You go equally fast or equally high, equally like long doing that than adding the cake, but still, that was fun or interesting. You can do, because I didn't find any other way you could actually add another height or another block up to this. But please tell me in the comments if you find any. Would be pretty interesting to find out if I missed something. Anyhow, here we have a few attempts of it then. The first attempt was just a bunch of random blocks, and this one you can get up so with the player with jumping, because I figure the jumping with the player is probably better because the horse can walk up that one block the player can jump. And no, apparently. That was a no. This is the best horse walking staircase. It's just the cakes, different layers of cake. You can stack these and go really, really fast and really, really fast upwards. Just new. Because apparently there are some blocks the player can stand on that the horse can't. So the horse gets stuck here on something. Which means we can't. If you get a horse to jump like 4 to 5 blocks, doesn't matter if you stack these 4 on top of each other, it will get stuck somewhere. Which means the steepest stairs are actually a player jumping that I can find. With my rules, because I don't feel like, since I can't use all of them, I could get a high. If I jump with the horse, I could definitely get higher, but beside the point, just walking with the horse is 7 blocks high. But I actually reached a max. I did every single different width that the game has. Put an asterisk on that, by the way. I will get to that soon. But that's 11 high, so a player can jump up 11 blocks in a single block. We got it massive. But the asterisk is that we also have boats, dripstone, and bamboo. Bamboo is always 1 high, and dripstone is between a bit, and then it kind of stacks up. It's always equally high. The tip block of it, which is like 0.7 high or something. Right, I can actually show it over here. It is 0.6875 high. But the thing is that they are placed in different places. They are not all in the same one. They can vary where they are, which means you could probably, if you play around enough, you could really make us more or steeper or higher stair with either dripstone or bamboo. I believe they're on a pearly noise pattern, so they get like off-centered ever slightly, but depending on which block you place them, because the same block will always place in the same place. And then we come on to boats. Boats, like I said, they have a certain height, but they're also movable. So theoretically, if you can tick freeze the game or lag the game, you can make a boat stairway with stacking boats on top of each other just ever so slightly. Like inward and forward. You can make a stair that people can, well, anyone can walk up, and it would be only, well, like a pixel for every step. But again, if you walk into the stairs, the boats will push. You will push the boats and all that. So that way, you would have to tick freeze it. But this could potentially be the highest ladder in the game. Which, I don't know actually sort of how much that could be. Like 0.01 maybe? Which would mean like 1,000 blocks almost. Theoretically, I'm not sure. But yeah, let's look at some blocks then. The widest block in the game is the bed, because it's too wide. Then we have the normal blocks where 1. And then we have 0.062. It's a bit weird, right? Well, that's because the way I did, this is the difference between the two blocks. So the smaller number is actually the wider, and it goes higher. It's the difference, not the actual width of them. So the smallest difference is cakes, lily pads, then also the platform of the brewing stand, 3 different turtle eggs from 2 to 4 turtle eggs, chest, honey block, sniffer egg. Oh, sniffer egg actually has 2 directions, I just realized. But that's also directional, so. Oh well, so we're gonna ignore that for now. Pot, dragon egg, and of course cacti. Next in line is the bottom plate of the anvil, the vertical grindstone, and 3 and 2 stacks of sea pickle. That's the word. Then going on, we have the upper part of the anvil, the cake, the 2 biggest buds in the amethyst cluster, the 2 sea pickles, specifically the piglin head, and the chorus plant. Called, not fruit, of course, plant. Moving on, we have the heavy core, the lectern, a vertical grindstone in specifically this direction, a bell, a wall, a dragon head, a mob head, 1 turtle egg, and a small amethyst bud. Next on the list is, I'm going to show you the numbers as well. I think I kind of forgot those, but let's say there is a difference, so they aren't as important as the height. We have the conduit, lantern, plant pot, 2 and 4 candles specifically, a cake, and then of course the wall, not the pillar, the wall. Very specifically this one. Carrying on. Oh yeah, I guess the 3 candle is also supposed to be here, maybe. I think it's smaller. Huh. I guess it's one of the same over here. I just forgot to put it in. Anyways, next we have the vertical rod, also the horizontal this way rod, and the lightning rod and end rod, and also this, both of them that way. A fence post, fence gate, and a hanging sign. Carrying on is the chains. Chains are very weird in shape and form, apparently. Both the height and width. Then we have, what is that? 4 pieces of cake, 1 candle, the brewing stand, top part, and both the iron bar and glass panes. Then we have 3 pieces of cake, 2 pieces of cake, 1 piece of cake, trapdoor, and door. The door and trapdoor is equally like thin as the 1 slice of cake. Interesting. So that is the steepest one. So this is the combined one, which you probably saw in the thumbnail, which is starting with the steepest or the flattest staircase that leads into the steepest staircase. So, well, now you know. Hopefully this was interesting to you. Hopefully you get something out of this, and like I said, if you break my record of highest or flattest, By the way, highest was 11 blocks, right? Yes. And flattest is between 17 to 19 blocks long. So if you beat those, please put it in the comment that the blocks you used and how you achieved that. And thank you all so very much for watching. Until next time. See ya.